Hello my friends and welcome to the channel. Within the last 24 hours, the Japanese automotive industry have basically confirmed that 80% of all cars made in Japan in 2030 will be ICE or hybrids. And Honda is a big part of that. Now, the head of the Japanese auto industry, who's also the CEO of Toyota, has said that 5.5 million jobs would likely be lost in 2030 if the inevitable happens and nobody wants to buy ICE vehicles in 2030. He said that, not me. He said that. Now, you know, I've said that before in the past, and I think he's been watching my videos because he bizarrely gave some numbers very similar to the numbers that I've given before, saying that 8 million vehicles will be deleted from the total number. Now, the Japanese auto industry exports 10 million vehicles from Japan every year, and they're saying 80% of those will continue to be ICE. So if nobody wants them, then they're basically screwed and they're going to lose 5.5 million jobs. Now, on the same day, Honda announced a ridiculous electric vehicle ambition or plan for the United States. So interestingly, those two things align. Honda's plans for EVs are, well, abysmal. Honda released details about its electrification plans in the United States. And as the electric says, those plans are pathetic. At this point, it's very clear that Honda is years behind much of the industry, and when it comes to battery electric vehicles, they're about to be completely disrupted. Well, when it comes to the automotive industry, they're probably about to die. Now, many people in Australia, believe it or not, even in the general mainstream, believe Honda is a dead man walking and they are about to die. So if you have shares in Honda, well, yeah, you're crazy. Just sell those and move them somewhere else. Anything else will do. Anything else would be better. Now, currently the Japanese automaker only offers the Honda E, a short-range electric vehicle in Europe. I love the Honda E. It looks pimp. Looks fantastic. If they actually put a bit more work into that car and made a lot of them, they could do very well, but they're not interested. In the United States, the automaker says that its first volume electric vehicle, the Honda Prologue, is coming all the way in 2024. And it's going to be based on General Motors' Ultium electric platform. Now, by 2024, how many vehicles do you think Tesla will be selling worldwide? Well, it looks as though they'll sell around 1.5 million next year in 2022. My guess would be by 2024, they'll be selling maybe 3 million EVs worldwide. Well, today Honda announced that it is planning for a capacity of 70,000 Prologue electric SUVs in 2024. 70,000. Now, BYD sold 60,000 EVs in the month of August, and only in China. They're planning on attacking pretty much the entire world within the next few years. They're going to disrupt Honda. Honda are just, wow, they're in big trouble. Now, Honda today announced an initial sales target of 70,000 units for the Prologue SUV. Following the launch of Prologue, Honda brand electrified vehicle sales will be boosted by the introduction of additional vehicles based on its new E architecture that is only just now being developed. This will take Honda to anticipated sales of 500,000 BEVs by 2030, and ultimately leading to 100% zero-emission vehicles sales in North America by 2040. Now, in 2020, Honda sold 4.6 million vehicles, and they're saying that in 2030, only 500,000 of their 4.6 million hoped-for vehicle sales will be electric. In other words, 4.1 million out of 4.6 million vehicles will be ICE vehicles, which will cost more money to manufacture and therefore to sell than comparable battery electric vehicles. Clearly, Honda is one of the most ridiculously disappointing automakers when it comes to electric vehicles, but not just when it comes to electric vehicles, when it comes to wanting to exist in the future. I mean, they're not disappointing if you're BYD or NIO or XPeng or Tesla or Volkswagen. If you're one of those companies, then they're awesome. Thank you. Please continue. Continue as you are, my friends. Now, not only is the Honda E a very limited EV, It's their only current electric car offering. Now, the Prologue is their first apparently volume EV, which is coming in 2024, but it's only possible thanks to General Motors' Ultium electric platform. Now, obviously, Honda here is saying they're only going to have 70,000 EVs for sale, potentially, in the United States in 2024. And this is when EVs are just going to basically swarm the market, every market worldwide. So, an automaker that currently sells 1.2 million vehicles in the United States is planning to sell 70,000 EVs in 2024 and globally 500,000 out of their 4.6 million in 2030. Now, as Fred Lambert from The Electric says, I think Honda is signing its own death warrant here. It's way too slow of a transition, as barely anyone in their right mind will buy a car with an internal combustion engine anywhere past 2025. Now, personally, I expect that within 10 years, the Chinese brands will have widely replaced the Japanese brands globally. This disruption is absolutely fascinating to see. I'm going to keep on reporting on the disruption, what's happening, the changes, what Toyota says and doesn't say. Now, Toyota has said they're going to have maximum 200 gigawatt hours of battery capacity worldwide in 2030. That would provide them with 3 million electric vehicle sales out of their 11 million cars. In other words, 8 million will be ICE. 3 million will be batteries in 2030. I mean, this is the kind of information that is really fascinating to see, especially if you're a shareholder, especially if you just like seeing interesting things happen. Now, on electric, Amiganguli, I'm not sure how I pronounce your name, sorry bud, says, I think this has got to be a Japanese thing. I don't know about a lot of these companies and their management, but it seems like they're suffering from some sort of groupthink, like they all hang out at the same clubs and go to the same conferences and have ended up in a bubble. Big companies are still run by regular people. Now, he's got a point here because yesterday, the Japanese Automotive Industry Association, which is, by the way, led by the CEO of Toyota, talked about how they're not planning for an electric future and how they can't or they refuse to. Now, obviously, they're refusing to realize that EVs are simply flying off lots. Every manufacturer sells out of whatever they can produce, and the wait lists get longer and longer. It's only a matter of time before this disruption plays out completely, and it's going to be fascinating to watch. Thanks for watching the video. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye-bye.